All right, finally, you guys have wanted this to be the case for so long. Everyone has always asked, is FBA dead? And now, finally, for the first time, yes, it's dead. Trump has killed Amazon.
God, please, no! No! No!
All right, it's not completely dead, but this is a big update. It's very important. This is probably one of the bigger changes to actually occur, so you're gonna definitely wanna pay attention to this video because I'm not just gonna tell you what happened, I'm also gonna tell you what this really means for us as sellers and what we need to do moving forward, how it's gonna affect us, and what changes we need to make in our businesses to navigate this in the right way. So make sure you watch to the very end of this video so you get all of that. Before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, my name is Matt. Thank you for watching. My channel is mostly about Amazon FBA and how I've built my seven-figure Amazon business over multiple years, hitting seven figures, how I've done that, what I'm doing as I'm moving forward as an entrepreneur, and all of that. So you should definitely check out my channel. If you're new to it, subscribe, look at all the previous videos, all of that. You'll definitely get huge value from it. Also, I need to announce the giveaway winner. If this is you, contact me through Facebook, Instagram, DM, something like that, so you can set up your free call with me. Now, if you wanna win a call, I'm doing it on this video as well. So all you have to do to enter to win a call with me is hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, hit the bell as well so you'll be notified, and then just leave a comment. That's it, I'll pick you and you'll be notified like that, so watch the next video so you'll know if you won that call. So, Trump, that guy. Before he was ever elected, one of his things was that he wanted to, also by the way, I like barely even follow politics. I'm only even talking about this or entertaining this because it affects me directly and it affects you guys directly in Amazon and physical products businesses. That out of the way, what this actually means is he always talked about increasing the taxes on imports from China with the, I guess, intent to be, which makes sense, to steer US companies away from importing from China. So raising the import costs of anything that comes from China. Now, the reason this is so relevant right now is because that just passed and it's gonna get even worse as far as January 1st, I believe January 1st, beginning of this next year, 2019. But it already took effect as of today, partially. So as of today, it's hitting tons of categories that there is a 10% duty extra on anything that is imported if it falls into certain product categories. It doesn't affect necessarily everything. I'll talk about that in a minute. Now, where it gets even worse is that as of January, this is going to go up to 25% in the affected categories. So at face value, this can sound like your business is over and 25%, there's no way that could make any possible sense. So we're gonna be breaking that down with numbers so you can really understand what that actually means and how you can navigate through this, and hopefully it's not gonna be the end of the world. It's a minor inconvenience, but it's something that we'll figure out. So these duty percentages, these import duties, they are applied to the cost of the product, not the sale price. So let's say you have a product that you source and it costs $5 and you sell this item on Amazon.com for $25. Now, I've made videos in the past about breaking down how profit margins work on Amazon, so maybe I'll just link that up so you can understand. But let's say it's 25 and 5 is your cost, but then there's gonna be other fees and stuff like that. So let's say your profit there is $10. So 25 minus 5 cost, minus another 10 and just all these different things such as advertising, shipping, fulfillment, pick and pack, all of that. So let's say $5 cost, $25 sale price, and you're left with $10 profit normally up till right now. So most categories of items, when you import them to the US from China, historically, they have an import duty percentage. These vary wildly by the category, the actual type of item that you're importing. But in my experience, most of them are just say like 2 to 3% of your cost. So that would mean if you're importing something and the value that you paid the supplier is $5, the duty is 2 to 3% of 5, not of 25. So as of right now, that is increasing by 10%. Now there's some confusion there because does that mean 10% of 3%, or is that an increase of 10%? Meaning if it's 3%, does that mean 10% makes it go up to 3.3%, or does that mean it goes from 3% to 13%? Sadly, it's that one. It's 3% to 13%. So it's an added 10% cost of your cost of goods. So in the current case of it going up by 10%, that means your $5 unit cost is now $5.50. Now, if we ran the same margin calculation, that would mean that you've only lost 50 cents of margin. You have not lost 10% of your sale price. You've lost 10% of your cost. Your cost has gone up by 10%. Again, this is going up to 25% for most categories at the beginning of the year. So that would mean your $5 cost is now going up by $1.25 per unit. Is that the right math? Yes. By the way, for the sake of this example, in the $5, I was including whatever duty you might have been paying in the past. So let's assume that there was already, say, 2 to 3% in that $5. So in a minute, I'm gonna break down what we can actually do. Like, what is going to be the path moving forward in this new Trump tariff landscape of importing products to sell on the internet. But before that, so you can understand if this is affecting you and how, here's how you're gonna actually figure that out. I'm going to link in the description the HS codes. HS codes are codes that identify what type of product your product is, the way it's classified when being imported. For example, what is the material, the use, all these things, it categorizes it into a certain HS code. And there's a list of all the HS codes that are affected that is linked below, so you can refer to that. Now, that may still be tricky. So what you need to do to find out your HS code, talk to your supplier. If you already have a freight forwarder or you've imported these products before, best thing to do would just be to send them an email, ask them, hey, these products that I've imported, are these affected by the new tariffs? I don't even know what the HS code is. Can you tell me if this is that code or this code? Is it affected? Is it not affected? That's what you should do if you're already selling. If you're not, try to get the HS code from the supplier, figure that out, and then move on with getting quotes from freight forwarders, and you'll figure out what the true duty is going to be before you ever spend any money. By the way, quick little aside, this is a funny little gray area, but most Chinese suppliers, in my experience, and this is not advice, this is not recommended by any means, but they often don't even put the correct value on those import invoices anyway. So, it is a gray area. I wouldn't recommend doing this, but your $5 item, they might just put that you actually paid $2 for it. Therefore, you see what I mean? Not advice, but I'm just saying that that's extremely common with Chinese suppliers, extremely common. You're obviously not going to want to do that as your business is scaling. There's tons of risks that go along with that, but just a little look behind the scenes that a lot of suppliers will be offering that, and it will probably go up. It'll probably become even more rampant now with the added duties. They're just gonna be like, oh, you actually paid only this much, so it's the same thing. Okay, so now let's discuss the truth of what actually is going to happen with this. How does it affect consumers, and what do we as sellers need to do to be able to ride through this and still ultimately have the profitable businesses that we have set out to build? So there's really just one thing that you need to do, and that is hit the like button on this video. But really, what's gonna happen is consumers are the ones that are going to absorb this cost. It's really not us as sellers, it's consumers. So a lot of consumer prices are going to rise. Things that you're buying are going to be going up. That's just what's going to happen. In the example that I did, rather than you just eat that $1.25 added cost, you're probably just gonna bump up your price from $25 to $26. That's not really going to change things too much. So I actually think your profitability is going to maintain in that regard. It's going to be passed on to the consumer. Is that good or bad for consumers? No comments, but this is just how it's going to work for us in the context as sellers. Now, here's where it's interesting is you guys know, if you've watched my channel, I'm huge on building brand equity. Brand equity is what allows you to sell at higher prices than your competitors. So if you're new to the channel, go back and watch those, because I'm all about this. This is the most important thing to building a successful Amazon business in the current landscape. If your model is just to slap up random crap products and undercut the market, not only were you dead before this, you're more dead now. This is just the nail in the coffin. Now you're really dead, because good luck trying to charge even more when you're already just racing to the bottom, selling absolute crap commodities that have no real new value to the market. So more than ever, you need to have a way to position your product not only equal to your competitors, but above them. You need to be better. You need to be a better offer to your customers, giving them a better product, a better value, maybe at the same price, but a better value. Something like that, so you can charge more than your competitors. What else can you offer them alongside your product? Something with the product experience that is not just making your product just a random thingy that they bought on Amazon, but it's an experience that is worthy of a higher price point. So I'm already big on this, but now more than ever, this is going to be the way forward. You're going to have to figure out ways to make your brand the choice that is worth a higher price point. It's just more important than ever, because without it, you're just gonna be even more squeezed on that margin. You just lost another 25% based on your cost, not on the sale price. And good luck trying to compete on that if you already have razor thin margins and you're racing to the bottom, selling the same thing as everybody else, doing the same exact tactics as everybody else, doing nothing differently, just launching with the standard sort of giveaway methods and doing all of that. If you're following that path, the door has closed a while ago and now it's locked. I definitely think this video is going to warrant a follow-up video, so please leave your questions and comments on this video. I'm sure I missed some things. I am not an expert in import taxes and duties, nor political policies or anything like that, though I do know how to sell things on Amazon and build brands that compete alongside with the big guys. So please, let's keep this conversation going, and I will do a follow-up. I think this is going to be a continuing issue, something that is going to be of discussion for quite a while. So let's keep it going. I hope this video didn't frighten you, but hopefully did wake you up just a little bit as to the reality of moving forward in the Amazon landscape. This opportunity is nowhere near dead. In fact, I think it's better than ever because some people are getting scared out of it, and it's just leaving even more room for the people that are going to do it the right way, have the long-term vision, build a brand, have healthy profit margins, all of this stuff. It's just, it all is working together and just making this landscape even better for those of us that are doing it the right way. So I'm personally not worried. I hope that you're not worried. I get that it might seem a little intimidating, but there's plenty of opportunity still. That's gonna do it. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please do hit that thumbs up. Really, really, really makes a big difference. Subscribe and hit that bell if you have not. Join the Facebook group, link in the description, all of that. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Really appreciate it. See you in the next video.